Welcome to week 1 of the Elestriad, where Powdr, representing Zeus and the Thunder Pantheon, takes on Shady Penguin, representing Hephaestus and the Fire Pantheon. These two casters are going to be throwing down in an epic match this week, but first we're going to take a look at them doing their deck profiles and their pack openings to find out exactly which cards they have to build with going into their first week of matches. As always, show some love for these creators by hitting the like button down below, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Elestrals channel. And don't forget, you guys can pick up some sweet starter decks at shopelestrals.com to join in on the fun for the Elestriad. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to win, and let's dive into the deck openings.
So here we are for the Elestriad. My name is Shady Penguin, and I'm super excited to be a part of this. The biggest reason why I'm doing this is, well, there's a lot of reasons. The biggest reason is that I've known Dan for almost a decade now, and it's been really cool to see him come up and create this entire world of Elestrals from nothing. The game is so solid. I've only played it in person once when I visited him, but as soon as he asked me to join in, I was like, yes, absolutely yes.
Huh? What? This is different. The Elestriad Championship? Powdr TCG? Part of the Elestriad Championship? Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, it's me, the best booster machine.
Normally, obviously, I'm a huge Pokemon player on YouTube, but I've done card games throughout history. I remember when Hearthstone first came out, I did a ton of Hearthstone. I love card games, and a card game made by one of my good friends, one of my fellow content creators that I've just been able to see grow and do awesome things. It was a no-brainer. I had to jump in on this, so I'm really excited.
I've got some work to do. Here's the deck that I chose. It's the Feral Zeus deck. Let's go ahead and open this baby up. And we'll go through and talk about why I picked what I picked in this deck. And it's pretty cool, pretty good stuff, pretty awesome stuff. I'm loving Elestrals, although I'm also kind of still learning Elestrals at the same time, you know? Still learning Elestrals.
Now, the Pantheon that I have, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We have Hephaestus, right? Hephaestus here is the Pantheon that I chose. And how I came about using this one was very simple. I rolled a dice. I rolled a dice because I couldn't decide. I didn't know what starter deck I wanted to do, so I rolled a D6 or whatever, how many dice it was. It might have been a D5 or a D6, and I said I choose my own because I think there's only 5 starter decks. I can't remember right now. I rolled this. I rolled Hephaestus, and I'm excited because I think it has I know that it has some really, really good stuff in it. Dude, I need to open this on camera.
I make Pokemon content, all right? If you know me, you know me for Pokemon content. If you don't know me, now you know that I make Pokemon TCG content. That's what I do. But this Elestrals thing, I wanted to get into something before it probably takes off, because something like this, knowing who A-Drive is and how much dedication he has, Dan has in Elestrals, I just know this is going to do well in terms of like competitiveness and that type of stuff.
But this event is going to be super, super cool. You know, it's a draft card game. It's card game, but it's draft format. So it's given me a lot of what I love. Comes with our orange dice, going to be using that. And then here we have our actual deck, Trifernal, baby. And along with this came some super sick sleeves. It is probably high quality stuff, knowing everything that Dan does. But I kind of want to have these out so that I can sleeve some of the cards in my deck that I know I'll be using. Ooh! So these are clearly our sleeves for our spirits. That's awesome. And then, of course, we have our main deck sleeves, which is what I want to just have open right here with me. So let me see if I can get this open. Yo, but what if, imagine, what if we got a stellar right now? Because that's possible. Behind this Trifernal could be a stellar.
Honestly, why did I choose this deck? Well, first and foremost, Imperial is like your big hitter. I like it. But one thing that I enjoy about this deck is, for example, when you cast Quackle, you can return up to 3 electric Thunder Spirits from the Underworld to your Spirit deck. I like recycling. I'm a big fan of recycling. Anytime, even with Pokemon TCG, decks that recycle, I enjoy that type of stuff. And then when it comes to like Signetric, you can reveal 12 Thunder from your Spirit deck in order to special ascend the Signetric to Imperial from your hand or your deck. That right there, getting the movement going, getting your spirits or whatever, getting them onto the field and into play as quick as possible, things like that, very good. You know, I feel like that's solid.
All right, let's find out if Shady is gonna pull a Stellar Necruff.
They're gonna say it's fixed if that's the case, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not the case because I know that would never happen. Let's see, come on, please. Nah, okay. So we have a Trifernal here. I'm pretty sure that's where it would be anyway. This is the big bad of the deck, right? When an opponent casts an Elestral, you can expend in order to give it -3 defense until your next end phase. If that Elestral's defense is reduced to 0 by this effect, it is destroyed. So it's removal or it's basically major nerfington. I love that. That's fantastic. I'm not gonna sleeve the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using my big bad in the deck. The only other main card I wanna focus on before we get to the juice of opening up our packs is gonna be the counter rune that's in here. The counter rune, this deck I found out, but then we have also our divine. Hold on. We have Hephaestus right here, himself. Honestly, I know I rolled a dice, but the beard is speaking to me. Like, is there a better Pantheon for me? I don't think so.
A little bit of crowd control, Spark Kit, solid cards with the start with the 4 attack and stuff, but with the Nexus mechanic, it's a crowd control my opponent's deck. Hand. Astrabit, it's just a cutie pie, you know. It's just a cutie pie. What else do I got to say about this? But obviously the Spine very good card altogether. You know, it's just, you know, this is the type of card that you want to, it could help you flip a game, and of course your Nectar of Gods, your Ambrosias. Zeus is pretty solid. Zeus is a great card. I feel like this deck has a decent amount of simplicity in it, and somebody who's kind of trying to learn the ropes of things, I feel like this would be a great deck to learn and work with. But not only that, Quackle is a cutie pie.
Gorgon's Gaze. This is the card that I was thinking of. This is the counter rune. Potentially the best counter rune, probably the best counter rune in the game, and it only comes in this starter deck. Target an Elestral until the end phase that Elestral's effect is negated, and it cannot receive enchantments, attack, nexus, or ascend. It does nothing. It sits there. And that is a thing of beauty for me to have these. I can guarantee you that every single week I play in the Elestriad, this is going to be in my deck, both of these. So that is awesome. The way that I get more cards is gonna be by cracking some packs from this box. We're gonna go ahead and crack this open. This is another card available to us in the draft. Is the full art Pantera? Unfortunately not. Not the super rare, super duper rare alternate color. Why is the word escaping my mind? I just said it. Stellar. But today we get to open 6 packs. I'm gonna put the rest of those on the bottom, and we're gonna have these 6 packs here to crack for the goodness. Do I have anything specific I'm chasing? Not really. I just want some stuff to get to replace the mill that I have, right? The starter deck comes with mill, and it doesn't really have a home in the rest of the deck. I'm just gonna separate by color as I go. We got Quackle, Jolton, Waspire, Kinleo, Cinder. We have Tectorus, and we have just a nice, beautiful spirit here. Put that over here.
Listen, from looking at this right now, oh my god, PSA 79. That's how good that is. All right, that's how good that is. So I need 6 booster packs. I'm gonna grab 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boosty packs. We're gonna open 6 booster packs right here on camera, and I'm hoping for spirits. Obviously, I would like another Imperial. I haven't seen if there's a good, decent way to recycle my Imperial from my Underworld if need be, but am I just bad at opening packs? Am I just bad at opening packs right now? Am I just bad at opening packs? I'll just do that. All right, I'll just do that. That's fine. It's fine. And imagine we pull a stellar from our 6 booster packs. But yeah, so I'm big on spirits. I would love some spirits, but other cards as smaller cards like Earth Scout to support our deck would be great as well. And of course, in like I said, an Imperial, Majursa, and there's our spirit card, non-hollow spirit card.
Okay, let's go again. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna go ahead and crack these 2, and I might actually go back into the box. Amp Up, Elichick, Forest, Volcanic Forge, Atlantis. We have Carrion, Elestriad, I'm gonna butcher these names. I already told Dan, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna butcher some of these names. We have the Scythe of Demeter, and we have Imperial. Okay, Imperial not gonna be useful in our deck at all, at least right now.
It looks like Shady ended up getting the Imperial that Powdr was looking for. But let's find out what kind of spice Powdr is gonna pull.
I probably would have liked a Thunder Spirit, another Thunder Spirit or not. But yeah, the whole point is, hey, we're doing this. Amp Pump, solid stuff. Ella Chick, we got Thunder decks. I'll take them. Thunder cards, we'll take them. That's exactly what we're looking for. Thunder cards is great. Ooh, holographic Voltempest and a Leviathan. Look at that. But this is what I mean. This is exactly where, for example, I have a Voltempest right here, right? This is 2 Thunder, but I need a Wind Spirit, you know? So it's like things like that. Small things like that are important. Spirits are important to this game. I feel like spirits are those types of pulls that people are going to kind of forget. But the whole point of playing the game is playing the game, right?
And that's a huge hit for Powdr, pulling the Voltempest, one of the strongest cards in Elestrals. This could legitimately change the game for Powdr in the Elestriad. Let's see if Shady can match that luck.
I'm gonna go back in the box, because I just took from the top. Let me dig deep, grab one from here, dig deep, grab one from here, go from like the middle on this side, and then all the way to the bottom on this side. And we'll put these back, you know? Get a little bit of randomness instead of just taking from the top of the box. I just wanna have some fun. I'm really excited for this event. I'm really excited for Dan and to see how this whole thing plays out. It has just been really, really cool to see. Okay, Roman Jim, so we're really looking for, you know, some red cards. I'm pretty sure we're already at the limit of Necruffs. We have Scout, Smog, there goes Ivory, Javalantis, which I think is actually a pretty good card. I'm pretty sure this is like, it reminds me of, I'm pretty sure this is a good card. Defense, it destroys defense cards. Zephyrog, ooh, we did snag a foil Rise from the Ashes. Nice, target an Elestral in your underworld and special cast it in attack position. That seems pretty good. Seems like a pretty good hit if you ask me.
If I want to use a card like Voltempest, it'll take a little bit. But here we go. Obviously, things like runes and support cards are great. Galaxy, probably one of my favorite things that Dan has put into this. Boombat, very nice. Like a Volt, very nice. Equilinux, and a Zapdos, Thunder Spirit. There we go. There's our Thunder Spirit.
I got to do a little bit of research before we do our building. Here we go. Sorlet. Let's put that here. Volcanic Forge. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have our forges already. Maybe we need another. We have Atlantis, Mount Olympius, Astrabit, okay, Capregal. That's definitely how you pronounce that. And then a Spirit.
Pretty solid. Amp Pump. Remember, Thunder. Anything Thunder. What's it called? Quackle is great. Jolton. Of course, those cards already exist within our thing. That's fine. But the whole within our deck. So that's good. Peliquirus. Oh, baby. Full art Amphirix. There we go. We just got ourselves a beautiful, beautiful full art Amphirix. Now, the thing is, once again, not a card that I'll need in my deck, right? At the moment, of what I'm trying to build around. But still good to have, cool to have, and a beautiful card nonetheless.
We got 2 more packs. 2 more packs. Dude, you guys that are watching that know how to pronounce all these, I should just stop saying the names. Crack Kid, Sluggle, Typhlant, ooh, Smoltuga. Okay, got some greenies that I don't care too much about, if I'm honest with you, because that's not the colors that I'm playing. And then we got a foil Terra Atlas. Oh, I was really hoping we'd snag the foil Spirit from our box would be for, you know, my Pantheon, but it's all right. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'll get over it. It's cool.
I haven't checked a card list or anything like that, but if there is a full art Zeus, I would love it. I would love me a full art Zeus. And yeah, and the whole idea behind this is it's just a fun way to get Elestrals out there, get a couple content creators together, put together some games, play the game, and enjoy it. Zephyrog, Exaltier, and a Lycoris.
Our last pack, this is our 6th pack. We have Crackhead, Sluggle, Typhlant, Smoltuga. So a lot of water. We did just hit a lot of water with some of our deck. Ooh! Shield of Achilles is a great, great card. I will absolutely take that. I don't think I have any in my deck right now. So hitting that is kind of clutch. I almost said plus. It is plus and clutch. Scavengem, the Trident of Poseidon. I wonder if there's room for this in my deck, right? Because you can search for tools. I wonder. Trident of Poseidon, we have Flarshni. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. As long as this Elestrals cannot attack. No, wait, this is good. I don't think this is in my deck right now. As long as this is enchanted, Elestrals cannot attack to turn their cast unless they're fire. Wow, that's actually strong. Is that a, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna run that. I don't think that's currently, oh, it is in my deck. Oh, okay. Well, now I have a third. That's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better cards, I think. And you know what? I'm happy with that. So all my cards have been pulled. I have my sleeves here. I'm gonna go ahead and do some building. Probably not right this second, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to build my deck for week 1 after I see my opponent's drafts. Once we have all that information, and we'll see how we can do in week 1 of the Elestriad.
All right, and this is our final pack that I'm opening up right now. Let me go ahead and open this up real quickly. I don't know how much, I don't know how, like, listen, I don't know how much of this is gonna get cut out. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully all of it, because I'm an embarrassment. But I'm excited to be a part of this. I make Pokemon TCG content. My name's Powdr TCG. I love opening Pokemon cards, but this is something different. And I'm really excited to get a part of something different. And be a part of something so early on. You know what I mean? So early on. And, ooh, Circle the Sky holographic and the Teratlas holo. There we go. Let me go ahead and put that into a nice old sleeve. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We went through our deck. We opened 6 booster packs. If you guys are interested in seeing the more stuff, keep up with Elestrals on Twitter, Instagram. Keep up with them on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, as I will, or YouTube, or wherever you could find me, and I'll keep up with you guys with all this Elestral stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this, and yeah, let's keep going.
Those were some pretty epic pulls, but now it's time for us to take a look at Shady Penguin's deck profile as he builds the deck to try to beat Powdr. Now, Powdr's got some serious threats with his Thunder deck, adding potentially Volt Tempest to the mix, but Shady had some huge hits there. Shady pulled Rise from the Ashes, an incredible card that can only be found holo in the booster packs, as well as another Kinleo, and one of the biggest staples in the game, Shield of Achilles. Let's see what Shady's gonna bring to the match.
So today I'm sitting down and breaking down my week 1 deck that I've prepped for my match against Powdr. Now, Powdr drafted Zeus, and Zeus honestly seems like a really, really hard matchup for me. It has some cards that's going to give my my Elestral summoning sickness and not be able to attack the first turn they're played. Also has a lot of removal in Zeus, especially as we go over the deck profile. There are certain cards that I'm really afraid of on my side getting popped. If they get popped, my deck, after playing a few rounds, I did some play testing with my friend Drew, and after playing a few rounds, I see the strengths and weaknesses of my deck pretty well, and I think it's going to be a tough matchup this week against Powdr. But we do have some potential answers, and we're going to run through them now. I'm going to start the deck profile off. I'm not sure what the standard is, but we're going to start off with all of our non-Elestral cards. So we're going to go runes, we're going to go all that good stuff, invokes and everything. So first up, we have, I'm going to zoom in a bit for this because I don't know what you guys really want. But we're going to be running 2 volcanic, we're going to be running 3 volcanic forge. Now I did pull the 2 came in the starter deck, and I have 1 from a booster pack. I think I pulled like 4 total actually, but this is just our field card. This is just, you know, your stadium equivalent. This is going to go ahead and buff all Elestrals that have fire enchanted to them. So it looks like Powdr has access to very little, if any, fire at all. So no pyro for him. And I'm running 3 of these. And even though this is a dead draw after the first one, because he has so much removal, I want to go ahead and run 3. It also seems like in this format, whoever has their stadium out, they win. So we're gonna go ahead and run 3 for that exact reason. I need defense on my side, and I need strength. So obviously, so that's gonna be 3 of those. We're also running double Gorgon's Gaze. Like I said, this will be a standard every single week. This is just the best counter rune in the entire game. So of course I'm gonna be running both copies that I have. Then of course we have double Nectar of the Gods. Drawing 2 cards never feels bad. It does cost 2 though. So, you know, we got to make sure we're managing our spirits very well. We have Ambrosia here, which is going to do just that. Return 3 spirits back to the deck. And then we have Shield of Achilles, another counter rune that bounces an attacking Elestral, which is really, really nice, especially against Powdr, Poldvul Tempest, and it's a very, very powerful card. I want to be able to bounce that if I need to. Then we're running one Circle of the Sky because it's all I have. Trust me, if I had more, I would be running more. But I believe this was from the starter deck, and I can Nexus up to 2 and draw a card. My deck loves to Nexus. Speaking of, we're going into our Divine Rune with Hephaestus. So this is gonna usually hit the board with 4. I'm gonna go ahead, it costs 1, gotta attach it, and then I can go ahead and enchant 3 more Fire Spirit up to it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm running 2 copies of Hephaestus, both of them. And then we're running actually just 1 Hammer of Hephaestus. And the reason why is because if I get the 1 out, I'm really thinking about this. I might actually change this right now. So if I get the 1 out, he has ways of removing runes very, very well. But at that point, he probably just removes the Divine Rune. You know, he probably just removes the Hephaestus so that I can't get more. So my thought process is just use Hephaestus once to search, and then the rest of it is going to be Nexus feed for the board. I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with just the 1 for now. We'll see if it bites me in the butt for the game. Then I'm running a single Eruption. I was running 2 Eruption, but I decided to go down to 1. This is just to get a sneaky damage off at the end of the game. Maybe I can get it, maybe I can't. But running 2 feels a little bad when I'm trying to create board presence. And then speaking of, I want to run Earthquake. So we're running 1 Earthquake. It's all I got just to destroy an Elestral. So we have 2 Earth Spirit in our Spirit deck. Then we have 1 Tsunami, which we've got plenty of Water Spirit. Then we have 5. But 1 Tsunami to go ahead and change the position of all non-water enchanted spirits, which works out because I'm pretty sure he does have access to some Leviathans. He does, but I don't know if he's going to run them. He pulled 2 in his packs. And that's it for non-Elestral cards. Okay, that's what we're running. That's what we're cooking with. I'm pretty sure. It might change by the end of this video, so keep watching, editors, because there's a chance that it does. But I like that lineup. So now we have up is our Elestral lineup. We're running triple Necro. This is our main, you know, came in our deck. It's the baby version of our big guy. So we're running 3 of these right away. And, you know, if it crashes, it activates. It's got a, you know, 5 attack is pretty good for a 1-drop. That's pretty much the highest you'll see without any sort of buffs. So I like it. Then we have Blazerus. I'm really happy that Powdr doesn't have access to Sorlet. If I'm versing an opponent that has Sorlet, this card just feels so bad. So does Necrof, honestly, because their defense is so low and Sorlet can just, you know, take a damage and put something in defense mode and run it over immediately. So I would need a way to stop, you know, being able to attack right away, kind of like my opponent. Powdr this week can do that with, I believe it's Raisaurus. I'm pretty sure that has that effect, that as only Thunder enchanted Elestrals can go ahead and attack straight away. And I don't even have any Thunder, so that's why it's a really bad matchup for me. Blazerus is here. Then we have Trifernal. This is our big guy, obviously, and Trifernal's gonna come out if Blazerus smacks 2. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to get this out. But even once again, Sorlet just puts this in defense and runs it over. It is an insanely hard matchup for this deck. Now, if I have my Stadium out and, you know, I have the 3 spirits there, then all of a sudden I have 6 defense. Now we're talking. Kind of why I have to run triple Stadium. Then we have Kinleo, who is really, really important. This is one of my main forms of removal, and it's also a good form of moving spirits around. I can Nexus up to 2, so I can Nexus only 1, but whenever I do that, I can target and destroy an opponent's Elestral. This is gonna be really, really useful in, you know, infinite situations. If I have my Stadium out, I can just treat this as a 1-for-1, kind of like a Boom Bat. I could just, even the Boom Bat, I think, Boom Bat might do it. No, Boom Bat does disenchant. So I could go ahead and treat this as a Boom Bat if I want, as long as I have another target to Nexus, except I don't actually lose the spirit from the field, which is kind of nice. Or better case, this is on the field later in the game, and I can Nexus something from like my Nexus something from a Hammer or from Hephaestus over, and not have to worry about going minus on the field. Then we have 2 Volcaris. This is all I have. If I have a 3rd, I would be running it. But this is what we got. This is what we got dished to us, and this gets +1 attack for each fire enchanting on the field. So this is why getting a Forge out is really important for me. Getting Hephaestus out is obviously going to be important. And getting as many Fire Spirits on the board, because this is going to end up being one of the strongest cards. Not going to matter too much against Powdr because he does have Boom Bats and he has plenty of removal to get rid of my Elestrals right away. But if I can enchant this with a Hammer, then he can only target runes, right? Because as long as Hephaestus is on the board, and then Hephaestus' Hammer is on the board, as long as Hephaestus is still there and enchanted, can't target my Elestral. So he'd have to go for my back row. Then I'm running 1 Waspire because I have it and it can be a cheeky win con, right? It's a 5/1, so stat line, it's really bad. Like, it's not great for a 2-drop. But disenchanting Fire Spirits from this will go ahead and deal 2 damage to my opponent. I love that. That is great. So ideally end game, if I'm trying to get in there for a little bit of damage, I can have this out. I can play a Kinleo, and then I can Nexus 2 onto Waspire, burn him for 4 without getting rid of my Waspire, still attack with it. That's kind of the idea. Also, having this in here is good because if he does have the ability to stop me from attacking the same turn I play my Elestrals, I need another way to do damage, and that's gonna be this. In fact, that might make me want to put Eruption back in my deck, just that sentence. Oh, I gotta think. Okay. Then we're out of Pyro, we're on to our water. We have triple Smoltuga. This is the engine of the deck. When I normal cast this Smoltuga, I can look for a 1-drop fire Elestral. So ideally my opening hand has Smoltuga, I play it in defense, and I search out either Nekruff, Volcaris, or Kinlia. That's why I wanted to do the fire first. I feel like that was appropriate. Then I'm playing 2 Sluggles. I was playing 3. This is really just here as a body and as a way to recover. It's a stall card, right? To recover 3 water. We have 5 Water Spirit in our Spirit deck. So ideally, I take damage with that. I use that for a lot of my counter runes that are rainbow, and then we get them back with Sluggles. I did like 3, but I went ahead and I put 2 Typhlints instead. I wasn't sure what to value more, 3 health or discarding one of my opponent's cards. In this format, discarding a random card seems really, really good. Like, it can be really good or really bad, but I think that it's overall really good. The only problem is this would be better in a deck where I could inflict summoning sickness on my opponent. So we went with the 2 Typhlints, and then we have 1 Ivory. And obviously this is just this is my only 2-drop water that's in this deck. So I just wanted it, and it's nice because for every Typhlint in my Underworld, I can expend 1, I get +2 attack. But then once per turn, I can expend 1 water to get another Typhlint. So I can just get my opponent's hand super small if this actually ends up happening. It's obviously not the main crux of the deck, so it's most likely not gonna happen, but if I have an Ivory out, it could happen. We'll see. And then the random tech cards that I need to run because I'm a TCG player. I'm running Aramare because I have 2 Wind Spirit total, and I'm running Aramare because it's broken. That's all I'm gonna say. It is a 4/5. The stat line, this stat line is insane. So even if I can't attack, I can play this 5 in defense, and the following turn, I'll have something with 4 attack, which just feels very, very strong. And 5 seems to be the highest on 1-drops, but this stat line, 9 total, is just, I have to run it. And then of course, when it ascends into something, I can go ahead and give it immunity to Elestral effects. It can't be targeted or destroyed by an opponent's Elestral effect, which is really good against Powdr. Then we have Peliquaris, our other 1-drop wind. And this actually lets me search for a water. So for me, this is just acting as another Smoltuga. It's a worse Smoltuga for me, but this Peli can go ahead and search out Smoltuga because it searches for a 1-drop water. So I can search that out, or say I already have Smoltuga, I could search out a Typhlint or a Sluggle if I want to go ahead and recover some health. So this seems like a really solid tech card in this deck. And then we have a Zephyrog. This is just another 2-drop. Its stat line is not great. It's a 4/3, but it can attack directly. So it's 2 damage guaranteed essentially, as long as I'm not under slow. And when I deal damage, I can look at my opponent's hand and discard it. So we have a baby discard engine in here. But obviously the main crux is going to be getting big with fire because that's the Pantheon I chose. But that's the deck profile. We're going to see how week 1 goes. Wish me luck. Sorry, I did end that recording, but I do realize now you probably also want to see my Spirit deck to make sure that it stays consistent. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Vapiros. Then we have our 2 Lycaris, that's 13. And then we have Leviathan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 17 or 18, I believe. And then we have 2 Terra Atlas. So that's our rundown. That's it. That's my whole deck.
That's gonna be a tough deck for Powdr to handle, but if you remember, Powdr had some pretty sick pulls from his packs as well, including one of the best cards in the game, Voltempest. From there, he also got an Elichick, a Jolton, and a handful of other tools like Boombat out of his packs, so let's see what Powdr's gonna bring to this epic showdown.
The Elestriad Championship. A battle of gods and myself, Powdr TCG. Welcome. This is my deck profile thing that I'm making for my week 1 against Shady Penguin. Shady Penguinito. Love that guy. Listen. I know I opened the Imperial deck, took it out. Signetric, out. We're going Voltempest. We pulled Voltempest from our packs. Very, very good pull. Awesome pull. This is like a super meta deck. Now, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not like a super big time professional Elestrals player. I am a basic level player. So shout out to Jay Johnny for the help on this deck. But this is why I'm making it and going this direction, because because I don't know, I just feel like it's good. Either way, we took out Imperial and we put in Voltempest. The point is that we're not, you can have like a second big boy in there, but the fact that is that your spirits are your health, they're your summoning, they're everything. Your spirits are everything. So having multiple big baddies can definitely affect your play. You don't really want to mess around with that, so you try to keep it with one and try to make sure that you have a way to draw it, or at least get it out of your deck. Hopefully I can do that with Voltempest. We got Elechick going on. Elechick, I think I pulled 3 of these. Were these in the deck? Either way, when you normal cast this Elechick, you can search your deck for a divine rune and add it to your hand. Super simple, super cool. And guess what? Zeus is in my hand very quickly. Not only that, 4 attack, 1 defense. 1 defense isn't super great. 4 attack is pretty solid. I did keep a couple Quackles in here. I kept 3 Quackles in here. When you cast this Quackle, you can return up to 3 electric from your underworld to your deck. So Quackle is a really good recycling, getting it back into our deck. Getting it back into our spirit deck, pretty much. Like, why not get those electric energies right back? Spirits, excuse me. Riceros, we went with 2 Riceros. As long as Riceros is enchanted, it can Elestrals cannot attack the turn they are casted. You know, just a little bit of cautionary purposes. 2 attack, 4 defense. Play this in defense mode. Get a enchantment on it. And right away, now it's not like my opponent can attack right away, especially if they're trying to summon something stronger, giving me an extra turn. If they have something with 3 attack, they can't really kill the Riceros, but if they summon something stronger with 5, 6 plus, then, at least I have a little bit of a safety net of another turn against something like that. That's why I went with that. Toxion, when Toxion receives 1 or more enchantment, thunder enchantment, your opponent must expend a spirit. Super simple, super easy. Love it. 4 attack, 2 defense. Solid Elestral for the fact. Plus, the damage, the burn, a little bit of a burn. Galvenom is actually, in my opinion, a really good card. Now I'm just saying this from what I see on the card. You can expend 3 in your 3 electric in order to target and destroy up to 2 cards. That's really good. Probably earlier game, it would be harder for you to get something out like this later game, especially when you're, a little thin on cards. And I know I'm talking about my deck profile and why I built this. Honestly speaking, I don't know how much I built this to directly counter Shady Penguin. I just built this because I think it works, and Jay Johnny helped me. Shout out to him, but I just think this works. It might not work because I could just suck at the game. Either way, point is, expend 3, get rid of 2 cards, and then if you have a Quackle with you, you can recycle those back right into your spirit deck. Pretty awesome. Astrabbit, 2 attack, 5 defense. Solid stuff. When Astrabbit receives 1 or more enchantment, electric enchantment, you can look at the top 3 top 3 cards on the top of your deck. I can't speak right now. Okay, I'm trying to speak. Hello, tongue, mouth, speak, do something. I'm on the big stage. The Elestriad Championship, a tournament of gods, and myself, Powdr TCG. So, pretty cool. The whole concept of getting through my deck, maybe looking at a couple cards and getting them into my hand. Pretty awesome. Spark Hit, you can Nexus up to 2 when you do. Now, the thing is, I haven't really practiced with this Nexus mechanic, so I'm going to have to practice with this a little bit more. But 4 attack, 1 defense isn't bad either for... and then Jolton, 4 attack, 2 defense. When you normal cast this Jolton, you can search your deck for a stadium rune. We do have Mount Olympus. Boombat, solid. You can disenchant 1 thunder from this Boombat in order to destroy a target, destroy a opponent's Elestral. Now, for example, something like this, right? Now, say I'm facing my opponent and they have a Boombat and try to destroy Voltempest, but as long as, say, Zeus is available, which it should be, I would probably be trying to get Zeus onto the pitch as fast as possible. I just use soccer terminology, football terminology. I just said pitch when I meant field. The game field. But so yeah, I mean, it's not affected, so something like this wouldn't affect me, but it could definitely affect other people. Solid way of getting, you know, an Elestral off the opponent's side. Mount Olympus, you know, you got to have yourself a Mount Olympus. Elestrals get +1 attack and defense for each Thunder enchantment on them. Solid, super simple. You got to have something like that. Zeus, a lot of this deck, a lot of Voltempest is like, Voltempest is built around Zeus kind of, like they work very well off of each other. But when you cast Zeus, you can enchant up to 3 electrics right onto it, 3 thunder spirits onto it, disenchant 1, and target an opponent's Elestral, -3 on both attack and defense until the end phase. Solid stuff. Thunderbolt of Zeus, equip rune, solid stuff. We got a Warmite in here. I didn't really know what else to add in here, but I thought it would be good because I know Shady was playing with a fire deck, so on the off chance that Shady is playing with something that, you know, could potentially bump up the Warmite, I went with it. It came with the deck. Thunderstorm, great card. Destroy a rune. Earthquake, target and destroy an Elestral, keep it simple. Circle the Sky. Once again, I am trying to work better with this Nexus mechanic, but I feel like it would work, especially if I need to get, you know, things back and forth from other things. Shield of Achilles, Ambrosia, Nectar of the Gods. Keeping it simple, got the usual staples in there. And yeah, that's really it. That's what we're doing, bruh. That's what we're doing, bruh. That's what we're doing, bruh. Deck profile, that's my deck profile. All right? Elestriad!
Those are some pretty sweet builds for our first week of the Elestriad. Be sure to stay tuned to see Shady Penguin and Powdr throw down on the channel as fire takes on thunder. Leave a like down below, subscribe, and don't forget to pick up your own starter deck at shopelestrals.com. We'll see you for the match.